so we're going to the dump right now. I got the dump trailer loaded behind me, and I got a, I don't know, couple tons worth of yard waste in the dump trailer. So I thought I'd just make a video and talk real quick while I'm driving to the dump about why a dump trailer is pretty much the greatest thing you can ever buy if you have a piece of property, or you live on a piece of property that, you know, is decently sized, or you want to do side work. The dump trailer I have behind me it's a PJ low profile dump trailer. It's a 14K, and yeah, I've had it for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. And I had a car hauler trailer, 14K car hauler trailer before that. I had a big 16K load trail deck over trailer. That was a really nice trailer. I had that for a while. That one was like 25 feet long. They were both, all of the trailers I've had are bumper pull trailers, but the dump trailer is just so much nicer. Just the versatility of being able to load stuff in the dump trailer and dump it. Right now the truck is in a street tune. It's a little smoky with the dump trailer behind it. You know, the dump trailer I think weighs dry, it's like 5,000 pounds, something like that, 4,800 pounds, and then, you know, I got probably, you know, 3,000 or 4,000 pounds in the dump trailer itself. So first time you're watching my channel, this is a 2000 F350. It's a dually. It's got the ZF6 in it, and it's got obviously the 7.3 Powerstroke in it, because you can tell how loud it is in here. And so this truck, I've done a lot to this truck. You guys can watch my other videos to kind of go over all the mods I've done on the truck, but the truck's set up to be my tow pig, right? So I tow my dump trailer with it and put my mini excavator in it. Just go to the dump with the dump trailer, tow my boat with it. Just pretty much do every single thing I need to do around my house. My excavator, I got like it's an older Cabelco. I think it's like a 2001, something like that, 2001, 2002. It's a little 8,000 pound machine. It's a 35. It's a great size to put inside of a 14K dump trailer, and you can feel comfortable hauling it with, you know, this truck and the dump trailer itself, and it's a good setup. And so one of the reasons why, you know, I don't daily drive this truck, but one of the reasons why I am really happy with the decisions I made are, first, I bought an older truck, and it was in need of tons of maintenance and tons of work. It was bone stock, and it was just beat to shit. But I bought that truck for, I think I bought it for $7 grand, or this truck, should I say. I bought the truck for $7 grand. And when I bought the excavator was also, it's old, and it was beat up, needed a ton of work. I've done a ton of work to it, added a thumb, you know, done a bunch of changes for hoses and maintenance, thermostat, radiator flush, blah 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 blah, right? All these things that I've done to make the truck, or make the excavator and the truck and the trailer work really well together. But what I'm getting at is I bought the truck for $7 grand, and I just paid cash for it. And then I bought the excavator. I think I paid like 16 grand or something like that for the excavator, 16 or 17 grand. And I bought this dump trailer. It's a 2014, and it was completely beat to shit. It had no ramps, you know, bearings were shot, tires were shot, you know, all this stuff. But I bought the dump trailer. I think I bought it for 5 grand. So I bought the truck for 7. I bought the dump trailer for 5. That's 12. And then I bought the excavator for 16 grand. So what is that? 12 plus 16. That's 28 grand. So all said and done, I bought all 3 of those items for $28,000, and I own all of them outright. I don't make any payments on anything. I wanted to be able to have this set up, you know, for a lot of reasons, but do side work, be able to maintain, you know, do projects at my house, maintain my mom's house, you know, whatever. And so I feel like that's a really good setup, especially if you want to go out and do business on your own. If you're looking, right, to do business on your own, you can get this set up, and it should do really well for you. You know, you can end up spending somewhere between $25,000, $30,000, and you can just buy everything outright and not have to make any payments. Just pay for insurance, and you can go out and try to do side work, and it will pay for itself. I've done clearing jobs, you know, small clearing jobs, demo jobs. I've done concrete jobs with them, and these items have paid for itself. And I don't, you know, it's all just side work. I don't do the work for a living. I just do it to make extra money, and I think it's a really great plan. You know, a lot of me, you know, back in the day, a lot of me wanted to, or part of me, a lot of me wanted to go out and take a loan out, buy a really, you know, expensive truck and a really expensive trailer and a brand new excavator. But I mean, you're looking at a truck that's going to cost you $60,000 to $80,000. You know, a brand new, nice dump trailer. If you get, I'd probably, you know, if you've got a bigger one, maybe a 16,000 or even a gooseneck, you can get 21,000 pound dump trailers. That trailer's going to cost you, I don't know, 20,000, 25,000. So you're into it, 100,000 right there. And then you buy a nice excavator somewhere between, like, I'd probably get like a 50 series excavator. You're looking at what, 70 grand, something like that. So all in, you know, let's just call it ballpark, you're somewhere between $150,000 to $200,000. And unless you have that type of scratch, which I don't, you're going to be paying that stuff off for years, right? Trying to get cash flow in for a business that, for me, it was just side work. So it didn't make any sense. I couldn't justify the cost, and I didn't, you know, I wasn't going to do it for a living, and so I'm kind of risk adverse. So instead of spending $150,000, $200,000, you could buy a fucking, you know, a 20-year-old truck and a 10-year-old dump trailer and a 20-year-old excavator, and just polish the turds, you know, fix all of the stuff, make them reliable, and you can do it for, after all the maintenance and everything else, you're probably in it for like, I don't know, 45 grand, something like that. To me, that seems like a much smarter idea. I've been thinking for years, you know, quit my job, go out and do something on my own, and, you know, maybe I'll do that one day, you know, property development, or I don't know, but why start off the process, you know, being $150,000, $200,000 in debt, plus you got a house payment and everything else, right? You know, all that stuff, it just doesn't make any sense to me, right? You start off small, start off with what you can afford, and yeah, your stuff's old and it's gonna need maintenance, it's gonna break down, you're gonna have to fix it, but you own all of it outright. There's no, you know, there's no need to overextend yourself, especially when you're first starting out, or if you're just doing side work. So I think that's the best plan, and that's what I did. You know, I go out, next piece would be, you know, another trailer and a used skid steer, and get a mulcher on the excavator, get a mulcher head on the skid steer, and then you can have a 8,000 pound, 10,000 pound excavator, a good tracked skid steer. You can get one for probably 30,000, you know, whatever. It just seems to me it makes a lot more sense to do it that way than trying to overextend yourself for $150,000, $250,000, $300,000 for something that you can get the same production out of it for, you know, a fraction of the price, and you own all of it, and you don't have to have that worry of all the loans and the interest and the debt that's just you know, going to stress you out. At least for me, it would stress me out. Worst case scenario, if you buy all the stuff outright and, you know, you want to go in a different direction, take care of your stuff, especially if you fix it up, you can sell it and make your money back. But that's enough gabbing. Here I'm at the dump. When I leave, I'll end up running I'll put the camera back on, and I'll stop, and we'll talk a little bit more about the setups. Okay, so here's the truck, like I was mentioning when I was driving to the dump, right? But a dump trailer is literally, in my opinion, the greatest all-around tool for, like, around your property, or if you're doing a small scale side business. Like I was saying, I have like an 8,000 pound mini excavator, and I have this truck, and I have this dump trailer. And I think that, looking back, I really wanted to spend the money to buy a brand new truck and a brand new trailer and a brand new excavator, and, you know, going out and doing side work on top of my regular job. But I'm really glad I didn't. So when I was driving to the dump, I was talking about this truck, right? I got this truck for $7,000. This is a 2000 F350 7.3, and it's got the ZF6 in it. I got this truck for $7,000. I put a ton of money into this truck, but, you know, we're talking somewhere between, I don't know, 10, 15 grand, all the upgrades, all the maintenance, everything else that, you know, goes along with making this truck more reliable, have more power, tow better, blah, blah, blah. I got this trailer. This is a 2014, and I got this trailer for $5 grand. I drove an hour and a half to go look at it. It needed all new tires. It needed all new bearings, brakes. It didn't have any ramps on it. But I got it for $5,000. I paid $5,000 cash for this trailer. If you bought a brand new one of these, you know, it's gonna, after tax and everything, it's gonna be somewhere between $10,000, $13,000. This is a 14K trailer, 7x14 dimension. It's a PJ trailer. It's the low pro one, which I really like, because loading my mini excavator on it makes it a lot nicer, because it's so low to the ground. But when I talk about, you know, my decision making and looking back, I bought a 20-year-old excavator for $16,000, and I bought a 10-year-old dump trailer for $5,000, and I bought a 20-year-old, well, at the time it was 20 years old, it's 24 years old now, 25 I guess, truck for $7,000. It's been worth every single cent for me to do side work, to maintain my property that I live on right now. It's about an acre, and then I also use it to maintain my mom's property, which is kind of like I grew up on like a small, I'd call it like a hobby farm, but it was, you know, we had cattle and had to get hay every year, and, you know, it's about 6 acres. So there's plenty of work to do with 6 acres, right? Brush hogging the field and weed whacking fence lines, and, you know, bringing in rock and taking stuff to the dump. So I just kind of wanted to, you know, just talk about it, discuss it, right? I mean, this thing's not new, you know, it's not perfect. It's got rust. The bed's actually in pretty good condition. It's one of the reasons why I bought it. It's got a few little waves on the back end, but for the most part, it's in really good condition. Pump works good, cylinder works great. This is a scissor lift style, but you know, it's got some rust. But I mean, shit, it's a dump trailer. What are you gonna do with it? You're gonna beat it up. You're gonna use it and abuse it. Well, use it, hopefully not abuse it, but it's gonna put work in for you. So like I said, it didn't come with any ramps. Built some ramps, just stick in those pockets, nothing special, but it has the jack post in the back, so you can load a piece of equipment on there, and it makes it a whole lot nicer to be able to do that. But for me, I think it was one of those decisions where hindsight's 20/20, but I'm glad I didn't drop $200,000, $250,000, take out all the loans, take out all the risk, when I can get something for a fraction of the price, $30,000, all of it. The excavator, the truck, the trailer, $30,000, $40,000, and it does every single thing I want it to do, plus some. And you know, I like wrenching. I like to mess around. I like to make the truck better, fix the excavator, fix the dump trailer. And yeah, again, I don't, you know, this is it's not my primary source of income. I do side work as a secondary source of income. I like to work, but at the same time, I also use it to maintain, you know, my house and my mom's house and help my buddies out and whatever. So for the dump trailer specifically, it's one of those things where you need to help your friend, and you can use your trailer to help them. You need to go get a new couch, you need to go get a new hot water heater, you need to go get wood for your project. You just load it in this thing, and that's it. You can fork stuff on there, you can tie it down, strap it, you can get topsoil, do whatever you want, and it just makes life so much easier. I mentioned when I was driving to the dump that I had a car hauler trailer, a PJ. It was I think it was a 20-foot car hauler, 14K trailer, and I loved it. I used it tons. And then I also had a load trail. That was a big trailer, like 25-foot deck over. It was also a great trailer, but none of those do what I need to do as efficient and as versatile as a dump trailer. If I could go back, I would have bought a 16-foot 7x16 dump trailer, 14K, or even I think they make 7x18s or 7x20s that are 18Ks. I have a gooseneck. I have a B&W turnover ball gooseneck hitch in this truck. I've never had a gooseneck trailer. I kind of like the bed space, but maybe that will change one day. But yeah, I just think, you know, I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but for me, it's worth it. It was worth to make the decision to buy old, fix it, and not go, you know, that far into debt and take that much risk when I could literally get every single thing I want to get done with older stuff that I can take care of, I can fix, and I own it all outright. And I have a great satisfaction in that, that I don't have to pay someone else for stuff that I need to use or I want to buy. I can just save up little by little and make the purchases on my own. And worst case scenario, you know, if for something happens, I sell this truck, I'll make money on it. I'll sell this dump trailer, I'll make money on it. If I sell the excavator, I'll make money on it. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that I could put them together as a package, sell them for way more than I bought them for, or sell them individually and make way more than I bought each individual piece for. But you know, if you want to start out, do side work, or start out your own business, this is what I do. I buy an older truck and make it your own. I'd buy a used trailer, you know, that's in decent condition, you can fix it, and buy an old excavator or buy an old skid steer and just start there until you can build up a client base and build up a revenue stream, cash flow, until you can get new stuff. But in reality, it was the best decision I ever made, was to get all these things and just buy old and buy crap and fix it and make it my own. So if you got any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. See you later.